The main purpose of this class is to give you a way, whether it's for yourself or for your community of people who don't like leg locks, to find a way to add them to their game without injuring yourself or your partners. And so a big part of that is going to be like talking, which is weird because usually jiu-jitsu is like, give me the technique, but no, like using your mouth and talking to your partner and like getting consent to play leg lock with them is going to be the best thing. Because one day your gym doesn't play leg locks, and then one roll you just catch a leg and like, even if it's a straight ankle lock, they're going to give you a look like you're cheating, or a look like you're the devil, depending on how intense they feel about leg locks. Or in some gyms, they're just gonna, oh, prison rules, and now they're gonna start grinding their knuckles in your eyes and all kinds of mean stuff like, hey, you said this, like when you touch their foot, that's how they see it. And so the first and easiest thing you can do is at the beginning of your roll, just agree on a set of rules. So like if we're doing IBJJF rules, or if we're doing just so that you both know what's allowed and what's not allowed, just having this short like 5-second conversation at the beginning of each roll is gonna be really, really valuable. As someone who travels a lot, more than that, then at the beginning of each roll is understanding where you are. So if I go to a gym where leg locks are seen as really, really bad and the devil, and I ask, I'm just not gonna play leg locks that day. Like I like leg locks, but it's okay for me not to play them. I'm not gonna be like, I'll show you guys, and now I get kicked out of the gym. On the other hand, if you're traveling and you go to a gym that loves leg locks, maybe they do heel hooks in the gi, and you're like, well, you better know where you are. Because if you're at that gym, you can't be like, change all your rules for me, I'm the special snowflake. You have to understand where you are. If you go into a school that they're all about leg locks and they're playing all the time, well then, if you want to train with them, you should be able to keep yourself safe in the situation. Or at least let them know, hey, I'm a beginner, can you guys like go easy on me, or whatever it is. But this little conversation is gonna save you the majority of your injuries. In my opinion, most injuries come from one of two things. Either ignorance or ego. If you're ignorant and you choose not to learn, well, you're deciding to be ignorant, and that's because of your ego. Or if you just don't know, it's because you just don't know. That's fine, as long as once someone tells you, hey, you should know, that you start knowing. So I'm just gonna give you guys a couple of just don'ts. And the easiest don't is very violent, rapid, explosive motions. Don't. There are times when being explosive is valuable, but wait a second. The easiest thing I can tell you, just take a straight ankle lock on me. Just take if he just straight ankle, yeah. If he has a tight grip on my ankle, like get a little tighter, like tight enough that my foot can't rotate easily, the answer is not to spin it really hard. Because I'm gonna move really slowly. Right now, he just has a straight ankle. This is entirely legal, even at white belt, in all formats. If I start to turn, as you see, my hips are turning, but my knee's not. Right now he's being very kind and coming with me, but if he chose to stay behind, I'm gonna tear my own knee. Same thing if I spun the other way. So he's a nice man. If you notice, he's alleviating the strain in my leg, because as I turn, he's coming with me. But if he chose to sit still, I'm tearing my own knee. And I'm moving slowly, but I've had situations where students have been like, wow, and they tear their own knee. So now, for the student, it's like, hey, don't be explosive. But if you notice what he's doing, he's being a great partner. He realizes I'm about to do something very stupid, and he's trying to save me from myself. One way is to follow me. The other way is just be like, let go of their foot. So this brings us back to ego. I'm not getting injured because he doesn't have an ego. He doesn't need to tap me more than he cares about my knee. Make sense? And so the first is the ignorance of whether your knee's in danger. Next, why are knees scary? Knees are scary because unlike most of our joints, like in all of jiu-jitsu, every joint lock, if I do a wrist lock, can I borrow you? Sorry. If I'm doing a wrist lock, just tap me, not when you feel injury, but when you just feel a little bit of pain. Just a little bit of pain. He taps, right? An arm lock, he feels, but he's not injured, his wrist is fine. Arm lock, a little bit of pain, right? But if I'm going to go heel hook him, sorry about that. If I go and I start to heel hook him, he doesn't feel any pain, but he feels pressure on the outside of his knee. If he waits for pain, that means something tore. So you have to change your usual thought process. Usually in jiu-jitsu, wait for a little bit of pain, we tap. But with knees, we can't wait for pain. And for a few of us, we can't even wait for pressure. So you may have been in a car accident, maybe you fell off a horse, maybe you have nerve damage. If you wait for pain, if you wait for pressure even, it's not gonna come because you don't feel it. So it's good to know if you ever feel pressure along here or pressure along here, as a beginner at leg locks, or even intermediate, I should be tapping. I should also take the time to get with a partner, have them slowly twist my knee. If I never feel that pressure, that means I can't trust pressure. I have to now understand when my hips are isolated that I'm in danger. Notice, I have none of the things we've talked about, right? It's technique. It's just kind of understanding what's good, what's bad, and how to not be a horrible person. So what do I mean by that? I mean, if I have, we'll do the heel hook again because it's the classic example of the evil technique, right? I have a heel hook on him and he doesn't know. And I feel the tension in his leg building. As I keep coming and with my hips, I feel more and more tension. But he's not tapping. And I can like be like, strange. Add some more pressure. Or I can look at him, and you have to look at his face. I look at his face, he looks very calm and comfortable. I can realize he might be more advanced, and I'd be like, hey, like, do you just feel nothing? Like, you're all cool? Or if he's looked like panic and fear, that means that he just doesn't know, but he's terrified. And he's probably about to do something stupid. So like catching eye contact with your partner lets you know what you're at. Like, oh, I see panic and fear, and oh my God. I might be like, use your words. You good? Like, you good? Like, and if he's not, I can let go, and we can just do something else. I can keep rolling, but I don't have to finish that ankle lock. I don't have to finish that heel hook. Like, getting the tap in practice is not the most important thing. It's about getting better. If you break your training partners, you don't get any more training partners.